So this New Yorker's inventive skills in the kitchen has made her the toast of California's restaurant scene. She can also be seen on quite a few shows on the Food Network. Take a look.
It's summertime at the beach. The sun's out, the water is warm, and the eating is good. But the question has always been, which coast does beach food the best? For the next 8 weeks, 2 food world heavy hitters, one passionate about the East Coast.
You gotta be kidding me right now. Do you see this?
And one about the West Coast.
Know what you're doing, talk to each other.
Have each handpicked 5 talented chefs.
Let's go!
For an epic West Coast versus East Coast battle.
Ooh, that's an epic
Yeah.
brawl.
Yeah.
All right, that's her hosting Beachside Brawl, which is back for a second season. Please welcome back chef, cookbook author, and Long Island's very own Antonia Lofaso. Good morning, Antonia.
Good morning.
So you got to explain how this show works, because
Yes.
I'm thinking East Coast, West Coast. Listen, there's some bad beach food around here, okay? But if I'm not joking, I'm not going to call you out, but there is some bad beach food around here.
Okay.
But if you go, Maryland crab,
Yes.
are we talking?
Yes.
We're talking Florida fresh fish?
So, we use the term like East Coast versus West Coast very broad, right? So a lot of these contestants are, from the Carolinas, like Florida, like
Yes.
they're kind of everywhere. The same thing on the West Coast, right? We've got like, the Pacific Northwest, of course, California. And so it's very, very broad, but it really is like that. I love watching that clip because it looks just so intense. It's a celebration of summer, right? So few shows get to really kind of dive into one specific season and really kind of like understand the differences between the East and the West. And really it's like challenge after challenge that comes in, right? We're talking about pure food. We're talking about fish right out of the ocean. We're talking about like cooking, on open flames right on the sand. And so whatever that means to the East Coast and whatever they bring to it and the West Coast, it's just about those like strong, aggressive summer challenges.
Yeah, I mean, look, I grew up on the Jersey Shore. That's like my scene.
Was that what you were going to say? The Jersey Shore?
But here's the thing, this is what I want to say, because it's not like super fancy, but
Right.
like, so do you get into like the grittiness of it too? Like a good sausage and peppers on a roll? What's wrong with that?
100%. We are going.
But it's got to be good.
Well,
It's got to be good. We use a lot of like ingredient swaps, like
Yeah.
things that people don't necessarily, would choose to use in a burger.
Yeah.
So we kind of throw those things in there. Or, honestly, taking your shoes off and just cooking in the sand over an open flame presents enough challenges on its
Right.
own.
But it's really hard to get that fish cooked perfectly,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And not overcook it and make sure it's fresh, because that's the huge challenge. That's how you know you're a good chef, right?
These
I love old fish.
chefs,
Chewy calamari. Woo.
These chefs were exceptional. I mean, really exceptional. I mean, you're really thinking about like shows that are shot inside of a studio, right?
Right.
These are the elements, right? It's cold in the morning. It's like hot in the middle of the afternoon. It's like the sun, they've got cameras, and now they're competing for the very first time representing their coast. And then you have Brian Malarkey, who's representing the West Coast, and Eric Adjepong, who's doing the East Coast. The two of them are like heavy hitters all day long in culinary competitions, own restaurants, have just, competed so well themselves. Being able to really like mentor and be with these, young chefs that have never really competed before, and see them through it. It's like a learning exercise and a competition at the same time.
Yeah. So you're from Long Island originally.
Yes.
So what would you say?
Strong Island.
Strong
We
Island.
like to say Strong Island.
Yeah. So what West Coast is better?
So I can't say that. It's like choosing my favorite like child. But for me, that's why I love that I get to like host and judge this, because living in Long Island, growing up there, loving the East Coast as much as I do, but all my restaurants are on the West Coast. I've been out there forever.
Yeah.
I understand the differences. I have such a deep love and appreciation of both coasts. It's hard because I get stuff on Instagram all the time that are people are like, I thought you were an East Coast girl. I thought you were a West Coast girl. I was like, it's got to be the best dish at the best time. Like, I got to be, unbiased.
Yeah.
Right. So what makes the second season different from the first season?
So we went harder on the second season. I think the first season, again, doing something outside. We stayed on the pier a lot, really, because it was, the elements are hard out there.
Yeah.
And, we went into the fish markets and things like that. But this year, I mean, again, we're on the sand, we're in boats. They're doing a lot. The challenges have gotten much harder, much harder.
Okay.
As if it wasn't hard enough, it's like we added levels to it this year.
All right, and you're always in the kitchen yourself, right? Because you have your own restaurants and everything.
Yes.
So summertime, 5 ingredients that are must-have in the summer.
Well,
Is it Old Bay?
I mean, Old Bay, because you're the East Coast all day long, you're like, throw that on something that's some fried
That's
fish.
it.
Old Bay and a little bit of mayonnaise is like
That's
the
it.
winning thing.
Yes.
You know, for me, it's all about, like, obviously seasonal produce, like always the corn, always the tomatoes, stone fruit. Like, I don't want people to forget about, like, the plums and the pluots and the peaches and how you can kind of use them in a very savory way.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, a little bit of Old Bay and mayonnaise, of course. What are you talking about?
Do you have any favorite staples around here that you want to give a little shout out to?
Oh, staples in New York City?
Yeah.
I mean, that are not have anything to do with the summer. I mean,
or the
I mean, for me, as soon as I land in New York City, I'm at Russ and Daughters for like a smoked salmon bagel, and then like I walk right over to Katz's Deli and take a pastrami in my purse, like on the plane.
What's your favorite in Long Island?
Long Island is all about the diners, and honestly, so where I'm from in Babylon, well, I was born in West Islip, but is Mulberry Street Pizza, grandmother's pizza.
Okay.
As soon as I get off the train, like, and I'm like land in
Tastes like home.
Babylon, I'm like a grandmother's pizza all day long. I don't
love
care
it.
what season it is. I will eat 4 slices before I leave.
Yeah, that's great.
In one day.
And Jersey's got a pretty good diner scene too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like for some reason the diner scene on Long Island and New Jersey is great, but like they forgot, like New York forgot the diner scene.
Well, you know, New York's a little different.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have to sometimes actually go out of New York City to get sort of that community style food that, you know, I grew up eating.
Yeah.
Someone asked me the other day, I was like, if I was in a diner, like, what would my, you know, dish be? And it's like, you know, the Greek omelets. But then my LA comes in where I'm like, but a side of avocado.
Right.
Some kind
So
of like
that's
Spanish breakfast burrito.
Exactly. Like, I will take a taco any day of the
Me
week,
too.
you know, no matter where I am. And that's my West Coast coming in, you know, but then.
Antonia, you're the best. I love watching these battle shows because I
Thank you.
like to stalk the chef and then go to the restaurant to see what they could do.
When you're in LA, come to Scopa Dama, come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be
You're
there
on.
in 2
Thank
weeks.
you.
I'll be there.
Thanks.
So I'll check
Okay,
it
yeah,
out.
for real.
All right.
Great chatting with you. And you can check out the show, by the way, episodes of our show Beachside Brawl on Sunday nights on Food Network.